Imagine a 250cc, road-going, race-ready bike that can rev up to 19,000 RPM. What? It sounds absurd, but that's exactly what the 1991 Honda CBR250RR was. That's how bonkers Honda was back then, and it shows just how incredible their technical prowess was, even back in the day.
It was perfect.
That this little Honda became a legend in its own right is an understatement, and to that effect, there's a lot to unpack about the CBR250RR. It was a technical marvel of the 90s era, powered by a 249cc inline four-cylinder with 4 valves each. The engine is capable of producing 45 horsepower at an astronomical 14,500 RPM and an even more ridiculous 19,000 RPM redline. Think about that for a minute. Even F1 racing engines didn't reach that stratospheric number until 11 years later. This shows just how serious Honda was about the burgeoning domestic market back then. Not only was its engine pushed to the limit, but it also had a twin-spar aluminum frame with offset main spars suspending the engine. This allowed it to be incredibly rigid and agile at the same time. It was reportedly quite easy to ride too, thanks to the positioning of the handlebars and the low seat height of 28.9 inches.
Nice.
It also had a dry weight of just 315 pounds, so it wasn't a hassle in the least for anyone to swing a leg over and start pushing the CBR250RR. But, as you might have guessed, the engine was the star of the show. Understandably, the engine only came alive after 13,000 RPM, considering peak power was at 14,500. Afterward, there was a monstrous surge all the way to the red line at 19,000 RPM, and then you'd shift gears and do it all over again. The 6-speed close-ratio gearbox was reportedly also quite slick, even without modern aids like a slipper clutch and quick shifters. The little CBR's brakes are also 90s tech, with smallish 275mm dual stainless steel discs. The 2-piston slide calipers on each side might not look as flashy as today's monoblock pieces, but the whole brake system gets the job done. That a 28-year-old motorcycle could go head-to-head with the latest 250cc machinery is amazing. The 1991 Honda CBR250RR represented a time when racing was king in Japan, and the domestic motorcycle market reflected that engineering enthusiasm.